Hello and welcome to today's 12-day of Christmas video. So today's going to be like a little sit down, quick one. I'm going to address it now. My shirt is creased. Well, it's actually a shirt dress and I absolutely love it, but I didn't actually have time to iron it. I'm in a bit of a rush. I wasn't meant to be filming this now, hence why I've got literal 2-minute makeup on, which is why I haven't fully put powder and anything on, which is why I look like that. And my hair is ready to go to work. So I'm literally going to film this, scrape my makeup off, get changed and go to work. So it's going to be a bit of a quick turnaround. So just ignore the fact that I look like this. I tried to keep it festive with my red lip, but you can tell how tired I am. But basically today's video is just going to be a sit down, chatty, a little informative video. Well, it's not information, it's just about me and my opinions. But basically, well, it's my favourites. So welcome to the Christmas favourites video. I basically put on my Instagram that I was going to be filming this video, and I said, what kind of things would you like to know? And I'm going to answer it. So I've cut it down to 10 questions, like I said, so this keeps quite a short video. You're welcome to all the people who like short videos, because I know I can waffle on, so I still feel like 10's quite a lot. So I'm going to get started. So the first one, which was probably one of the most requested, I'd say, my favourite Christmas song. This to me is one of those, and you're going to hear this a lot, I'm not going to lie, in this video. It's going to be a lot of, I don't have one, I can't choose, blah blah blah. Especially for at least the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But this one, this is one of 2 that is literally by far the hardest. So I'm going to give myself a bit of leeway on this and then try and give you more straightforward answers for the rest of them. So the first one obviously was what's my favourite Christmas song, which I just think, for me especially, for a lot of people that's going to be really difficult. For me especially, that's going to be like the world's hardest question. I can't deny that Michael Bublé is like playing on my phone from probably early to mid-November. The album's a classic, and classic Christmas songs get me every time. Wham! All of them. Literally absolutely everything. When we're putting up our Christmas tree, we just put on the Christmas music video. Music? What's that called? Music channel. Like, they dedicate a channel to the Christmas movies. Music. They dedicate a channel to like Christmas music. So we just put that on, and honestly there's very, very few that I'm like, not sure about that one. There are a few, I'm sure, but for the most part, they're literally incredible. So I would have to say like all the classics, anything on Michael Bublé's album, just all the classic Christmas songs, I can't lie. It's so difficult to choose. But if I had to choose a favourite classic, which changes every year, oh, this is still so hard. I'd probably say the one that I've been listening to and singing the most is Last Christmas. But this year I've discovered well, not discovered, I've always known it. But I'm really enjoying the Ariana Grande version, which I hate to admit, but I am. So I've been singing that a lot. Santa Tell Me, also by Ariana Grande. They're just catchy, they're just really good songs. And the one that's just my go-to, like belting out, which would surprise you, you would think, all I Want for Christmas Is You. But yes, that will never, ever, ever not be up there. But Underneath the Tree, I think, is an absolute banger. Like, it's so, so good. Bear with and I'll let you. Okay, so I think my phone was trying to tell me something. It's just told me I've got no storage, so which is fun considering I've literally cleared my phone of everything. Like, I have like 5 photos on my phone now, so that's something I'm gonna need to look into. But anyway, moving on from that, so let's just hope I can get this video filmed, otherwise I'll be absolutely fuming. The second one is my favourite movie, which yet again is an impossible question. So I've narrowed it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's annoying, that's 7, I hate that number. But yeah, I'm just going to tell you what the 7 are. So well actually it's not really 7 because some of them have like sequels and all of that. So Nativity, all 3, every single year, binge them. The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Jack Black. Honestly, me and my mum adore that movie. Like, I could watch it probably every night of December and not get bored. If that's not it now, I'll be fuming. I've just deleted all of my apps. Once I come off this video, I'm going to have nothing on my phone. That's what I do for you guys, you know. I can't remember what I got up to. Love Actually. Absolute classic. Absolute classic. Yet again, another one I could watch every day and not get bored. I think that would be like the film if I was to have like a movie night and I was saying, right, okay, you can only, like, it's definitely like proper up there. Like, they're all up there. Once I've told you my 7, I'll tell you my top 3. I'm gonna be harsh. So Love Actually, all the Home Alones, they are the best, funniest, most feel-good, just classic. I keep saying the word, but they're classics. The Grinch, obviously. It was never one of my favourites before. I don't think I'd actually, well, I don't know if I'd watched it as a kid, but I didn't really remember watching it as a kid. And I know that my mum really doesn't like it. She's not his biggest fan. So I feel like that's part of the reason. But now I absolutely love it. I'm not as keen on the animated version, but it is still good. Jack Frost. That story every single time makes me sob. Like, actually sob. To the point where it's probably like, gets to a point where you should stop crying at films you've seen that many times. But every time Jack Frost gets me. And last but not least, everyone knows Elf. I mean, how could you not? Another one my mum actually doesn't really like because she doesn't really like Will Ferrell. Fun fact for you. However, there was no stopping me from watching Elf when I was younger. My dad also really likes Will Ferrell, so that's fine. So yeah, they're my top 7. If I had to be so harsh, if I was only allowed to watch 3 in one day, not that I ever sit and watch that many films in one day, but I'm saying if I was to have like a Christmas movie night and invite everyone over, what are the 3 that I would put on what I would put on? 1,000,000% Love Actually, 10,000,000% The Holiday, and I think I would have to go with, it's between Elf and the Nativities. Because Love Actually and The Holiday are quite like adult, good movies. But Elf and Nativity both make me like die with laughter. But I don't know what Nativity I would choose, that's really difficult. But definitely, like, they're my top 3/4 kind of thing. But that's not taken away from the fact they're all my favourite Christmas movies. Number 3, which was obviously the most requested one, my favourite Christmas album, which I might get absolutely slated for and I really don't care, is Justin Bieber's Christmas album. You cannot tell me those songs are not absolute bangers. Like, without fail, every song gets me, whether it makes me emotional, whether I'm pure singing along, rapping along. I absolutely love it. As amazing as Michael Bublé is, I know that I can go shopping in it, he'll be on. Whereas in my own time, I'll put on Justin Bieber. And I'm not apologising for that, because I absolutely love it. Okay, so I got this one, and I really don't, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I wrote the number 3 twice, so there's 11 questions. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Now I'm confused with what I'm on. Number 4. My favourite Christmas series, right? Which I think the person who wrote this in obviously knew that I had a favourite Christmas series, because I don't know actually how many Christmas series there are. Yeah, so it's bringing up like loads of like normal TV shows that have Christmas episodes and stuff. But my favourite Christmas series, which I've now, I think, watched, it came out last year, 2019. And I watched it 4 times through then. It's only like 7 or 8 episodes, I think it's 7. I watched it, I think, 4 times through last year, and I've watched it 3 times through already this year. And I'm not going to tell you what the date is because I'm not going to embarrass myself. But yeah, it's Merry Happy Whatever. Merry Happy Whatever. I always think, right, see when I'm watching these back, if I speak, like, if I say Merry Happy whatever, I'm like, oh my gosh, Nicole, like, you sound so sluggish and badly spoken. And then when I say like Merry Happy whatever, I'm like, oh my god, you sound so, you know? So I've just said both now. I don't want to say it again. It's called Merry Happy whatever. Moving on. It's with like Ashley Tisdale, Bridget Mendler. It is so good. It's got so much like content in it. It's funny, it's emotional. There's so many important storylines in it. I just think it's fab, so defo recommend. And it's so easy to binge. Like, I think at least, so what have I watched it now? 4 and 3, sorry. So 7 times through, I've watched it. And I think at least 3 or 4 of those times have all been in one day. Like a Sunday or just a day off or whatever. So now I'm confused on what number I'm on. I think I'm on number 5, yeah. This is the one that I've wrote as the second number 3 for some reason. I got asked a lot what my favourite present has been, and I have to say I don't have one, and it's not in a way of like I don't have one because like there's not been one that's like stood out, because there has been, but there's been one that's like stood out every year or every few years or something, because my brother and I have been extremely lucky our full lives that our parents will literally work themselves into the ground to give us everything that they can. They absolutely go above and beyond as much as they can just for us, like regardless of Christmas, all the time, like my full life it's been like that. So Christmas is no different, to be honest. But now that we're getting older, like my mum gets really frustrated because I don't really ask for anything, and she's like, Nicole, like we're giving you stuff, and I'm like, I know, but just give me like little things. And she's like, but what do you want? And I'm like, so I think this year I've asked for like slipper socks, a planner. I have like a little sprocket, like you'll know what it is. If you don't know what it is, just Google it. It's basically like a Polaroid camera, but it attaches to your phone. That doesn't make sense. So I need new paper for it, so I've asked for that, and just like a couple of other things, like I've asked my brother for a book. Yeah, just keep checking that it's still recording, because I actually didn't realise the first time. So to be honest, I can't say a favourite Christmas present, but the reality of it is, and as cringy as it sounds, it really isn't about presents, like at all. As much as I'm like eternally grateful for everything I receive from everyone that I get presents from, which is always too much from everyone, I 1,000,000% just prefer the company and the games and just the day. Like, yeah, I'd rather someone was there without a present than 10 amazing, unreal, incredible presents and we don't really spend much time together, or we're all sat on our phones or anything like that. I would hate that. So yeah, I don't think I really have an answer for that, but that is kind of my answer, that my favourite present, I suppose, is the fact that they're all still in my life. As cringy as it is, but it's true. So I've got a Christmas Eve traditions, which every Christmas Eve, and now it's started to happen before birthdays as well, my mum will always give me like a Christmas Eve box, and usually it's just got like pyjamas, slippers, socks, that kind of thing in it. But I just think it's so special. It makes me so happy. I actually have 2 seconds. So this is the one that I got last year, and I think it's just the cutest thing. I'll show you all that in a minute. But it's, well, how adorable is that? And I just think like it is the nicest little thing to like on Christmas Eve, and you're all playing games and having a drink and stuff. Like we'll usually, I think it came, I was going through like my photos and stuff when I was transferring everything onto my laptop so that I had more storage. It came up like last year, we did like a big trivia thing, like a Christmas trivia, movie trivia. The year before we were playing Prosecco Pong. Like every Christmas Eve we kind of do like a games night thing. So I just think it's the nice thing to like go downstairs, have like a drink, play a few games, and then you go into the tree and get your Christmas Eve box and you get into your jammies, and it's just, honestly, it's the nicest little thing. So highly recommend to anyone if you don't have any like Christmas Eve traditions. So Christmas Eve, definitely the pyjamas and stuff in a box is my favourite tradition. What was I going to say then? I don't know if the angle's changed on the camera. I think it has. Oh, sorry. There we go. That should maybe be it. I don't know. This is where my box comes back in to good use. I got my favourite decoration. So I thought this was a really interesting one, and I think it's really difficult. Last year, Ben and I had our flat together for the first time. So obviously we didn't spend Christmas Day there, obviously we were in Scotland, but we decorated all the Christmas flat and we decorated all the flat really Christmassy and stuff. So last year was the kind of first year that I got all my own Christmas decorations. Obviously some are still here, all around bed and stuff, and I've got my blanket and whatever. So this is when the box comes back in, because I decided I loved this box so much last year that once we took our tree down, I put all our decorations in here. Our tree last year was decorated red, if you can't tell. But basically I decided to put it all in this box. And then I think, so literally it's literally all red and glitter and crazy things. I also got, it's hanging on my door, for my Secret Santa in my last year at college, which was last year, my friend Paul got me these little reindeers, which I think are absolutely adorable. So I've actually put one on this dressing room and one on our bedroom. But I said to Ben actually that I want to get one for, we've got 2 other bedrooms and living room. We don't have a kitchen door handle. We don't have a living room door handle either actually. So yeah, for the upstairs and the 2 bathrooms I would love to have them on every room, but yeah, he wasn't keen. But my absolute favourite, which I think we got as a present last year, so we got them kind of after Christmas, which was really annoying, but I think we kept our tree up for a while anyway. But it was these adorable little things, what are they called? Baubles, but they're little people. So they're both personalised. This is Benjamin and this is Nicole with long hair. So these 2 are like my favourites for our little one. Back home I also have ones on the tree with my name on it, so I'd say they're my favourite back home. Our house is crazy back home with decorations, so it would be really difficult to choose. So it says giving or receiving 1,000,000 trillion thousand gazillion %. That didn't make sense, but it's fine, we'll move on. Oh my god, my throat, 2 seconds. Back to what I was saying. 1,000,000 times over giving, if you didn't already gather that. I love getting presents, like don't get me wrong, like who doesn't enjoy getting things that they want, but I don't think it's necessary, whereas it is literally one of my favourite things possibly ever in the world to give someone a present. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite things. I 10 times rather buy something for someone else than for myself. 1,000,000%. So 1,000,000%, I keep saying a million, 1,000,000,000,000% giving, especially like when it comes to Christmas and things. I love birthdays as well because obviously you're properly focused on that one person, but Christmas I just think you're getting something for everyone, and I think it proper shows like people's personalities and all that kind of thing. Or when you're buying, I just love like the way that it's like this is a thing that I think you'll love, or this reminded me of you. I just think it's so special. My favourite part of dinner, so this, oh, I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but it is 1,000,000%. I need to stop saying a million, I'm annoying myself. It is, I can't think of another number other than million or trillion. It has to be either the roasted veg or the roasted potatoes, and I'm not sorry about it. Obviously I'm vegetarian, people need to remember that. Most people would say like pigs and blankets or whatever, but mine's most likely the veg or the potatoes, which isn't really exciting because you have that in a, well, suppose you have everything else in a roast dinner. You don't really have pigs and blankets on a roast dinner on a normal Sunday. But my point is, although Holland and Barrett, sorry, just off track, Holland and Marriott have got vegetarian pigs and blankets, but I've seen quite mixed reviews. So I might try them just to try them, you know. But yeah, veg or potatoes. My favourite drink, okay, so I need to be honest. My favourite drink at Christmas, as much as I'd love to be like Prosecco, I absolutely love Prosecco. I do love Prosecco, but I know if I started drinking just straight Prosecco, I wouldn't remember Christmas. Prosecco does me, like Prosecco is the drink that like does me without me knowing, like horrifically. So I went with a tame Prosecco and I went with Bucks Fizz because as soon as your eyes are open on Christmas Day, you should have a Bucks Fizz in your hand. So yeah, I drink Bucks Fizz pretty much all day. And then at dinner I'll have a glass of wine. Used to always be white. This year it's going to be red. I've decided I like red wine. So yeah, so I do like drinking wine with dinner, but like then I'll come home and at night I'll drink straight Prosecco, but during the day, for the most part I'm drinking Bucks Fizz. And then, well actually, 2 years ago I had a Prosecco at like 10 AM because my dad and his fiancée got engaged on Christmas Day 2 years ago, 2018. But completely off topic, I drink Bucks Fizz pretty much all day and then I'll have wine with dinner and then I'll drink Prosecco again at night. So I have to say Bucks Fizz because it's the thing I consume the most. But I suppose if you're going, what's your favourite alcoholic drink? It's Prosecco because that's what's in Bucks Fizz. If you don't know, Bucks Fizz is literally Prosecco and orange juice. So this is my last one now and I've waffled on. I thought this was going to be, well I think it is going to still be hopefully a short video if I cut it down maybe. Sorry if it's not and I lied. I have no idea of what concept of how long this video is going to be because I've stopped and started this 3 times, so I can't even tell you what the time is. Anyway, the last one, so it's another this or that, but this one is such, like possibly one of the hardest. I know I've said that for blooming everyone, but I did warn you at the start. It says the day, the build up. And I find this so difficult. I think every single year I would have said the build up because it's when you're doing the most activities, it's when you're doing everything. It's like you're going to Winter Wonderland, like different Winter Wonderlands. Like obviously I usually go to the one in London with all my friends, then I go to the one in Edinburgh with like Ben and my family. Well, last year we went to Edinburgh and Glasgow, and obviously every other year it's just been me and my fam. But yeah, I go every year and then you go and see like a panto, you go and see some shows. So I would have always said the build up, but I think this year, because there's not much we can do in the build up, it's probably going to have to be the day, because I think I'm also most looking forward to the day because I am spending it with Ben's family, so it's going to be a new experience, like it's going to be different. So I am really looking forward to Christmas Day. But also I would have to say the build up this year because during the build up I'm spending Christmas with my family. So that's the hardest one, I think, definitely. I think I just struggle. The only reason I say that the day isn't my favourite is because the day ends. Do you know when it gets to that time where it's like, when it gets to like 11 o'clock and you're a bit like, oh, Christmas is over in an hour. Even though it's not, because most of the time you pretty much either still celebrate it or you're still in that mood on Boxing Day of like, you're still eating the food, you're still drinking the drinks, you're still like, do you know what I mean? You're still in that bubble of Christmas, but it just gets a bit sad at the end of the night where you're like, oh, it's all over. And then it's that horrible muddy period between Christmas and New Year and no one knows what to do with themselves other than go out and drink, which I'm nervous for this year because we can't do. So it'll probably be work, but that's fine. Getting that money, getting that mindset for 2021. God, that makes me feel sick. How is 2020 over? How am I sitting filming a Christmas video? 2 weeks ago it was bloody March. Well, it obviously wasn't, but you know what I mean. So yeah, basically I haven't given you an answer for that last one, but it is what it is. I think I've done quite well. I knew how difficult this video would be, but I'm gonna stop chilling now, looking like a slob. It is now actually time for me to go and get ready for my work, so I need to go. I'm gonna just shower and literally get this all off my face. Sorry about my shirt, I know that's probably annoying for a lot of people. It's annoying me, I'm probably going to watch this back and be like, why didn't you just shove on a jumper? But I liked it, so. So basically, that's the end of this one, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. I have. I just love all things Christmas, if you couldn't tell, and doing these videos is literally making me so happy. So thank you to anyone watching, and I'm actually filming this before any of the videos are even out, so I don't know how well they're doing or anything, but I hope they're doing well and I hope people are enjoying them, and it brings a little festivity to your day if your day's been a bit, because who knows with everything that's going on in the world. So basically I'm going to go now because I'm waffling. I'm so sorry that I had all these technical difficulties. I'm so sorry that my throat is literally like scraping your nails on a chalkboard. That just made... That was my shoulder. Fun fact. Oh, I should have put that in my fun facts video. Everything clicks. Yeah, fun fact. Sorry if you hate that. Oh, that was a good one. Sorry if you hate all of that kind of stuff. I used to as well, so I don't blame you. It comes with being a dancer. Well, that's funny to call myself that after not dancing since March. We love that. Anyway, so I'm gonna head now because I'm yet again just chatting the most. Thanks for watching. Make sure you come back tomorrow. There'll be another one, obviously, as you know, because you're watching 12 Days of Christmas with Nicole as a Leo. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed, and make sure you like and subscribe.